Last time we talked about the heating needle, today let's discuss other issues. When you're raising birds for the first time, you must observe them closely. Look at their bellies, this doesn't look normal. Don't just observe their beaks, also check their living area, their bellies, and their droppings. Things like black intestines, runny droppings, pale bellies, and pale limbs are all signs of problems. If you don't catch these signs in time and keep feeding them for a few more days, it may be too late once the condition becomes severe. Now, let's talk about timing issues. Some of mine are quite old, some are 7 to 8 days old, some are 15 days old. For newly hatched chicks, I can't prepare milk powder separately for each one. For newly hatched ones, whether the formula is thick or thin doesn't matter much. But if it's too thick, it's easy for them to choke. If they choke, they can die within 3 seconds. You might not even have time to perform CPR before it's too late. So control the temperature of the milk formula, and the surrounding environment temperature. If you do that well, they usually won't go into a timed feeding mode. If you're feeding a small amount of milk formula, then the temperature must be high. If it's too cool, the powder won't dissolve properly. If the surrounding temperature is too low, they'll go into timed feeding mode. Every time you feed, make sure to feed them fully, don't feed too little. The more frequently you feed, the more likely they are to develop milk powder pneumonia. At first, if they don't want to eat dry food, give them soaked food. Because soaked food is warm, while the spoon used for dry food is cold, it's uncomfortable on their tongues. Once they get used to it, it's fine. For the first 3 days, feed them until 11 p.m. After that, once they've stabilized in their crop, digestive sac, has expanded, I usually stop feeding by 9 p.m. You don't need to worry about indigestion with millet, they have strong digestion. If they're digesting slowly at first, it's because they're switching from formula, like porridge, to dry food, like rice. Once the crop has about 1/3 left, or it's hard with plump millet, you can feed again. If you stop feeding early in the evening, the millet will be fully digested by night. Feed for 2 to 3 days, then completely empty the crop. At this point, you can add a health supplement gauze every 2 to 3 days. It helps with calcium absorption and also improves digestion.